In the summer of 1960, 4 teenage friends in Finland decided to go camping at a nearby lake. Only one would survive. He came away with a concussion and most of his face broken in addition to other wounds, and could only recall a black apparition with glowing red eyes. Some locals still say that it was the Grim Reaper, Death himself, who came for them that night, simply for lack of any other explanation. The victims were all savagely stabbed and bludgeoned. Yet there were no weapons to be found at the site. In the intervening years, there have been many suspects and potential leads, all going nowhere. One man even confessed on his deathbed, only for investigators to prove it false. The survivor of the attack was even arrested 44 years after the fact, but a thorough modern investigation, including the use of DNA testing, produced nothing. To this day, the mystery of what happened that night at the lake inspires a dark wonder among locals, and the story is said to have heavily influenced the seminal slasher film Friday the 13th. James Worley was convicted of kidnapping a young girl in 1990 and had served time in prison. In 2016, he told a court-appointed psychiatrist that he had learned from each abduction he had performed, and that he would bury the next one. This was enough for the psychiatrist to break confidentiality and notify the police, but shortly thereafter, the body of a 20-year-old woman was found 1 county road over from Worley's property in Ohio. That same day, police were searching the property, and finding more than they ever wanted to see. In addition to handcuffs, zip ties, and rope, investigators found a hidden room. Obscured by hay bales and monitored with a nanny cam, inside was a blood-soaked, carpet-lined freezer which could be locked from the outside, along with several other restraints and blood-stained women's undergarments. While investigators struggle to piece together just how many victims there may have been, Worley currently sits incarcerated without bail, awaiting a capital murder trial. On a hot summer night in Miami, well-liked and athletic Florida State University student Austin Herauf was patronizing a local diner. Surveillance video would later show that he became agitated for some reason and left. After that, authorities say he walked over 5 kilometers to the home of a couple he didn't know, for no apparent reason. When 3 police deputies responded to the home hours later, they found the 19-year-old on all fours, making animalistic grunting noises, attempting to literally chew the face off his male victim. He had already brutally stabbed the couple to death and had seriously injured a neighbor who had tried to intervene. It took all 3 deputies to subdue him. While the involvement of drugs was obviously suspected, Austin's mental state had slipped drastically in recent weeks, according to friends and his parents, who nevertheless couldn't have conceived that Austin could become violent, let alone commit so heinous a crime. A recent YouTube post by the killer provided grim foreshadowing for what was coming. However, "I've got a psycho side and a normal side," he said. "I've lost my mind. Help me find it."